Thank you. And I appreciate that. I enjoy people who are, like you said, able to hear what you have to say. I love just like listening to people, even if I know I'm gonna disagree. It's always interesting. But anyway, I just know, like, I like to talk about my experience with aging, because we are all aging every day. From the moment you're born, you're dying in a sense. Well, kind of not really, but also yes, because like even children, like, I don't know, I don't mind talking about death. I really enjoy it, and I think aging is a part of that. So like, and this is someone who has not handled aging like at all. Like, I'm only 29, but I've already feel like I've had all these crises. Like, they call it a midlife crisis. I've had a quarter life crisis. I had a teenage crisis. Like, there's been so many moments in my life where I'm like, I'm only 9, I'm only 13, I'm only 12, I'm only 15. Like, why are people trying to make me grow up? Like, wait, I just felt like I was forced to grow up, like, way too fast. I remember just freaking out. Like, I wanted to grow up in a certain way. Like, I wanted to be able to say curse words. I wanted to be able to watch certain movies. But, like, what do you mean we're supposed to be having, like, intimate sexual relationships? What do you mean I can't go play anymore? What do you mean I have these responsibilities? What do you mean my body's developing? Like, I have to make these decisions for my life. Like, I crashed out a lot, with a lot of, like, rite of passages, because I don't feel like anyone, and I'm not blaming my parents, and not every parent is this way. Generally speaking, I think it's society. I don't think society prepares people like they used to. Like, the shaman, the whatever, like, the tribe, there used to be this initiation process, and now we're all kind of on these, like, spiritual journeys blind in a lot of ways. Like, I don't know. So yeah, I have freaked out every time I get to, like, a new milestone. I've kind of freaked out, but that's also what started my path that I'm on now. Like, I was 24, not really sure what I had been doing with my life. I meet my husband, and I don't know, I started, like, kind of having those questions, and then, like, we're kind of doing whatever it is that we're doing. I'm just kind of going through the motions while I'm pondering these life questions. I'm starting to have, like, an existential dread, like that frontal lobe hit, and this new sense of awareness on top of everything I was doing spiritually to expand this consciousness intentionally. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? I'm like, I'm 25 and look what have I accomplished, and there's just this pressure, and everyone's like, chill. So then, like, I talk about it, and older people are like, just wait till you're my age, and I'm like, that's what I'm thinking of. Like, I'm constantly thinking about, I guess, my legacy, and apparently that is a Saturn in the 10th house thing, and it's very real. And then it's in Pisces for me, so that means it's related to art and other aspects of Pisces. Like, there's so many Neptunian, or even, what was it, Jupiter? There's so many themes that we could go into and what that, but you can see how it mirrors in my life. But I was like, I'm not doing anything that I want to do with my life. Like, I don't want to wake up and regret everything. But then I also felt like I was, again, growing up too fast. Like, I was putting too much pressure. It was a weird mixture of things. Like, I feel like I am so young and so old at the same time. And that's, I think, because I keep growing and evolving and things keep changing, and I am this new form. And then you look back at your past, and it's just really, to me, it's really cool. Like, I'm so excited for my 30s. I've told a lot of people that, and they can't understand. They can't understand why I'm super excited to be 30. I kind of, in a way, I feel like your 20s are overrated. I feel like there is such a stability and peace that comes with wisdom, but there's such joy and passion that comes with youth. But I think, like, they're one and the same, and I think you need to have that fool energy, right? Like, tarot's a good representation of that. You have to have these, like, cycles of foolish, childlike behavior. You have to go through the whole deck. You have to start a cycle of experience, and that's like the spiral of time and existence. And so we talked about this. I'm going to talk about it. I've been thinking about it. And I'm going to reply to one of the hair care comments. But this ties into what I was going to share about rituals and connecting with time with like the seasonal cycles. Like honoring the Earth's age process and all of those things. Like to me, I don't know. Not that I'm excited to die and reach the finish line. I'm excited to experience life. Like every day, as long as I make sure I'm not wasting my day, I guess, like every day I try to be incredibly intentional to where it's that balance of carpe diem and YOLO and if I die tomorrow type of energy, but also this like futuristic energy of like, well, if tomorrow comes, okay, here it goes again. And I think because I've gotten lost in it, and I hear people online, like, they get lost in, like, well, what do I do? It's like, well, every day, like, I don't have, like, the 401k, like, security, like, stocks. Like, I don't have all of those things, which I do think are important to an extent. But every day, the actions I take are leading to a sense of stability, and I'm still living to enjoy my life, but I'm building it in a way that it will also be stable. And that makes things less scary, but also as like the world changes, because I think that's also a big part of like, especially your video with like the song and everything. Like you wake up, it's like, where did it go? Like it's so easy to be nostalgic. I'm nostalgic all the time. And that's why I try to do those nostalgic things in a modern way. So like my YouTube channel, why it was so hard for me to join YouTube is because I don't really like what it's became. I don't know where it's going. And like, I'm nostalgic, right? I miss how it used to be, how did it used to be? I was one of the first YouTube kids. My friend Devin showed it to me. It's also a very Aquarian air sign energy of sorts. And I used to like lock myself in the room and watch YouTube. And I really loved getting lost in the creative aspect of it and blah, 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 blah. So now I'm going from being a viewer to a creator. But I'm trying to do it in a way that reminds me of what ignited that spark and that connection to begin with. And that's like that part of evolution that makes the aging side of it not so bad, because there's, I guess, a bridge or a connection to the root, to the source, to the beginning of what that flame meant to begin with. Or like if you want to view it in like a tree or a grounded sense, it's the connection to the seed and all the roots that spread out. Like no matter how far you travel or grow or evolve or age, you're still connected to that beginning youth, so to speak. And it's fun, and every phase of change and death, while uncomfortable, is beautiful, because instead of worrying about what you're leaving behind, it's embracing what you're going to become through this metamorphosis and this evolutionary process, because you're evolving every day. Your genes, your skin, your cell, like everything is constantly going through this process. And so it's getting your psyche involved with it, which is helping alleviate anxiety and all of that, because you're in sync with the cycles and you understand that every year that dies, there's a new year that begins. So same with you and all of the above. So that's how I view aging. But I also don't, like, I love talking about it, but I just don't want to offend anybody, because I know that I am young, and I have had quite a few older people be like, well, what do you know? Wait. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't know what I know. This is just what I think about, and that's how I cope, and that's how I get with things, as someone who has been lost in nostalgia and has severely freaked out through, like I said, every milestone, every transformation. I feel like I've been I'm like, it's crazy to think that I was a baby at one point in my existence, and now I'm this full-fledged adult. And it's crazy to think about what I was told as a child that wasn't okay as a child, but it is okay and necessary as an adult. And life is trippy. I could go on.